Hello, and welcome back to SpaceChem. Today we're doing the optional level In-Place Swap. And it looks like we get to choose between 1 and 3 reactors for this. Probably just going to go with 3, but we'll take a look at it and see what this is. Alright, just go right into it. Nitrogen and methane becomes ammonia and hydrogen cyanide. Okay. Ammonia. Hazardous gas used in the production of fertilizer and pharmaceuticals. I think we've seen these before. Hydrogen cyanide, a highly toxic compound used in many industrial processes. So I have access to standard, assembly, and disassembly. Looks like they're not going to limit me to how many of each I use. As far as I can tell, there's no reason to ever use an assembly or disassembly reactor over a standard reactor. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're taking nitrogen and we're going to split it. So that's the first thing that we want to do. And I'll use this for clarity, I guess. I don't really need that extra space in the pipe, but I did it anyway. So the plan is we have nitrogen splitting out into individual nitrogen molecules. Which is fine. And by molecules, I of course mean atoms. Do we need to do this? There's no reason to have this separate like this. It's an option, but I could also... Well, if I want to have it go to 2 other... Okay, I only get 2, I see. So the reason that this doesn't work. The reason that this doesn't work is because I would want to split this into 2 and then have them each join. So I would actually use 4 reactors by default with the basic one change per reactor setup that I've been using. So that's not going to work. Okay, let's just delete that. So a different plan. If we have both nitrogen and methane come together, I mean our atoms work out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 4 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. So we could just do it all in a single reactor. So now looking at this, I think the approach I'm going to take is I'm going to start with just a standard reactor, and when I run out of space or have some sort of complication going, I will just send it on into another reactor to continue the process. I think that that is probably the most reasonable way of dealing with this. Okay. So in theory, let's just put the molecules here. So theoretically, that's what I'm going for. Alright, so the easiest way to do this so the thing that makes this complicated is if I wanted to have the methane come in here, debond everything, and we take out the HC, it's fine. But we need to have already done the nitrogen. I mean, this doesn't actually seem like it would be that bad. Again, it's just going to be a space issue. I'm going to run out of space. Okay. Well, let's just start with... something a little bit sneaky here. Okay. Oops. So this should debond it here, right? If I understood this correctly. Yes, okay. Perfect. So this setup just gets us sitting with the nitrogen until the nitrogen has split off. From there, we're still holding on to the one nitrogen. We do not want to be holding nitrogen right now, do we? Because what's the plan here? The plan is we're going to grab the methane. You might even want to just move this over to where the methane's coming in. It's fine, we can move the methane. It's not that big a deal. Well, it is an extra step. And this tile can't be used. Okay. Just go over here. We have now dropped our nitrogen. From here, we want to get that second nitrogen out. I'm deliberately not putting this on a corner because I want to be able to run through it again. Okay, so from here, we have now grabbed the second nitrogen. At this point, let us release blue. The blue is synced. Input has happened. Input's going to be in this across here. Is this what we want? I think what we want is we want to be holding... You might want to move blue. Let's see, we might not have to. Because this is where we can grab it on this atom here. Slide up. Wait, do we want to drop here? No. We want to debond here. That leaves us with 3 hydrogen here. We don't have to do that. Okay, let's just check and make sure everything's working as I expect before I go further, because this is the kind of thing that's going to require a ton of testing. So we've debonded everything. We kind of just drop the nitrogen out of the way. Grab that to get it out of the way. Okay. So at this stage, we have nitrogen here, we've got nitrogen off on its own, we've got this out. So at this point, what we want to do is we want to loop back around. We're going to hit this sink again going through. That's fine. We can just have a sink here. And then have a one turn delay on the sink and then do a bond action, and that should get us our ammonia. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. So we're going to have another sink here, which is going to be corresponding to this sink, which has gone through. What is this? Grab from here. This is not going to work because we currently have a molecule. Okay. We're currently holding something, so let's never mind. Let's undo all that. Instead, do this with a sink here. So we hit this sink here. Here we're going to go diving into the edge of the screen. Yeah, this is where I'm starting to run out of space. This is because I need to input this. The plan was, if I do this, this will become... This will be a full ammonia. We've created ammonia with this. Well, that's a problem. That should do it. Yeah, we've created ammonia. Problem is... we can't get this molecule out. And if I did a drop here... I'm thinking I'm going to have to relocate this, but let's assume I don't. Why was this a grab in the first place? Right, because we're getting this thing out. So this is fine. So we drop it here. Dropped this. Grab. Drop. Output. Okay, we should... If everything is correct, this should get us ammonia out. And even if I don't want to mess around with this anymore, I still have the ability to just redo everything with sending it off to another reactor. Okay. So yeah, that's just done. Oh, we have 2 grabs. That's... Where's our grab here? Well, that just means that we don't need this, and move this down. Whoops. That was way too fast. Okay. In this case, we've moved in. Gotten this out. Drop output, we have ammonia out. Okay. So do I have enough space left? I can't really do anything with red in this area at this point. So I'm going to have to use blue, and I have to use blue on these 2 spots. That's a little bit tricky. Because what I want to do now is have red. I want to use red as much as possible because red's sort of my limiting factor here. So red's going to pick this up. And I guess drop it right here. So if we pick it up by the hydrogen and drop it here, that should work. I feel like this is kind of inevitable failure here, where I'm just kind of continuing to tweak this until it just doesn't, until it just completely falls apart. Right, so this is hydrogen here. So now, come up. And we've grabbed our hydrogen. And we want to drop it right here. That's not going to work, because while I can do that, because of this, I no longer have any way. Okay, well, let's reverse this and see if this fixes things. So we've grabbed it. I think this actually works. We drop it here. And let's just send that off to the side so that I have a... Well, it'll stall, which is nice, but also that'll just get it out of the way. So what does this look like in the endpoint? Why was that different? What did I change? The sink here. Yeah, you drop there. Sink 1. Sink 2. Okay, well, we'll just move both of those, that's fine. Concerns me that things are different than I was expecting, though, because didn't this work last time? What did I change? Anyway, we're out of range. That's a problem. I must have... slid some stuff around. Okay, why is there a drop here? This drop is for this. But it's really bad here because we don't want this to drop. Alright. Just throw an extra sink in there then. So let's look at how this timing works out. This isn't going to work. But, sink. We'll put another sink here. I just want to get the... There we go. Okay. So we've managed to recover this part of it. And having this be a sink is actually really nice, because now I think it actually solves it. No, except for the fact that we're sitting on a sink here, so it's going to continuously sink. But yes, this would have rested here. Hydrogen, carbon. This is the spot where we bond. Yes. So the only problem is I need to... well, a couple of problems. I want that. Out of the way, so that we can come up here without this being an issue. This sequence of instructions is going to be a problem. I need to fit this in somewhere. Which maybe I can do, but this is starting to look like a problem again suddenly. Because this, I was thinking... just do something like that. Reuse that sink. Maybe. This is a disaster of a reactor. I also don't like how close together these are. So we're probably gonna have another sink here on blue, so that it's just stalling as we do this. Grab and collide. Yeah, that's oh no, okay. We can grab this right away. Have a sink over here. So if we have a grab here, another sink. Okay, we've grabbed, that's... We don't want to grab that. Okay. Let's just drop up here instead. I think that makes things a lot easier. Then we don't want to drop on this though. Well, that's fine. That's fine. So then I don't even need to grab it. I don't think I need to grab here at all. Let's just delete all this. So at this point, I would have you going through here. Grab. Let's just send this up so it's not doing anything weird. Let's check this out again. I might be missing some sinks in order to fully test this. But yeah, that's out of the way. That's fine. You're going to grab this. Sink. You're going to grab this. Move it. That's fine. You're going to grab this. Now you're just going to sit here. So I think what we want to do is we want to put another sink down here. And then you're going to come here, drop, go back up. We need a triple bond, 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 bond. Shoot across and come back here. And you... this point with red. That's fine. This is a new path. So then we just come down here, drop, come up and around, and we're done. Okay, I think this actually works in a single reactor. What a disaster. What a disaster. Alright, we're going to sink. And this sink corresponds with this sink. That's 3 turns, 1, 2, 3. We then do our triple bond. And from there, I think we're done. I'm going to stick a sink on each of these just to make sure. This is still waiting. Oh, hold on, I forgot something very important. Bonds have to be done after. We've dropped it here. Then we do another sink. And that's what releases this, which then has another sink. Okay, well, goes through this sink. And then this, we're currently holding the far edge. So, one color. So then from here, it doesn't really matter where we drop it. Let's just drop here. Output to omega. And go back in. And one last sink so that every cycle will start up with the same. I think this works. The fact that we only have 4 bonding tiles is an incredibly strict limitation. I think this stall sink technique was actually really powerful, though. It's taking advantage of that twice here, so I think that's good. So we learned something. Wait, drop, bond, bond, bond. Excellent, this is what we want. And output. I was not expecting to do this in a single reactor. But I think we did. Alright. There's no way we're inputting fast enough for here. That's a good sound. And it's not complaining. Not really a whole lot to watch here, it's just the same slow thing over and over. Might as well do the close-up then. So we'll watch one more cycle and then I'll just end it from the beginning. That's what it looks like. Oh, that's slow. We actually want to do a... Yeah, that was really fast. Oh yeah, that was not the most efficient way to do it. Oh, challenge complete. Optional assignment challenge in place swap on Danop. Was the challenge just to complete the mission? I mean, obviously, if you have fewer reactors, you're going to have consequences elsewhere. Because there's a lot of extra problems. Well, I'm pretty happy with how that went out. Okay, we got a little check here. Return to menu, challenges. Complete. Okay, so I could be looking at some of these if I wanted to have specific things, but it looks like in this case there was nothing about using fewer reactors than necessary, so that was just purely a self-imposed challenge. But it's done. I'll finally check out a defense mission next time. A most unfortunate malfunction. I will see you then.